You are listening to I Am Refocused podcast with your host, Shemaya Reed. This podcast is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. Now, let's tune into today's podcast.
This is I Am Refocused podcast, and guess what, guys? We have Miss Coach B Michele. She's back in the house, man. Man, you are like the VIP of the podcast because was this the third time you been on the show? Fourth time?
Yeah. I like it.
Well, we always have your back because, number one, she knows what she's doing. And number two, if you're an entrepreneur and you just got started in the game, you need to take notes today. And just before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Rica Rodriguez, Rockefeller's Barbershop, holding it down.
Rico.
Every single Thursday, we come at you guys with fresh material. So, B Michele, tell us about brand identity.
Right
out the gate.
Right out the gate.
No coffee.
I know, right? You didn't even warm me up. We just gonna jump right into it. Okay, so there's so many components to it, honestly, but so there's like 5 core values that comes along with actually building your brand. Mm-hmm. And it really starts at the basics, like very basic stuff as like your mission statement. Mm-hmm. And for you as a person, for your company, your core values, what are the values of your company? What do you seek out to do? What is your mission? And that establishing who you are is really important first before you really go anywhere past anything else.
So make sure you have a parachute. Don't just jump out the plane.
Yeah, really set that. That's the foundation right
First
there.
Step, yeah.
So definitely your mission statement, your value statement, just establishing your core values, knowing who your target audience is, establishing that up front. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to someone yesterday, and it was like every business really typically has like two audiences. There's your main audience, and you have a sub target audience. For example, for myself, my main core audience is small business owners, helping them, build and brand their business. But at the same time, if an individual, like I said, I gave the example, like say you have a family reunion coming up, or you have a work event coming up, and you need flyers or you need T-shirts, you can still come to me for that. Mm-hmm. I'm not necessarily seeking out family reunions, and just individual people, but so they're kind of like a subcategory. So knowing who your main and your target audience is really important, and then establishing, your sub audience is good as well. It's like for a barber. Like obviously, at a barbershop, their main target audience is people who want to get haircuts. I'm a sub client. I'm a sub target audience because I get my eyebrows arched. Mm-hmm. So I like it with a razor. So people who like their eyebrows arched with a razor, we kind of hop in and hop out, but we're still their target client, but their main target audience is obviously going to be men or either women with obviously low haircuts, low fades, however. Mm-hmm. Then somebody like me who just likes to get my eyebrows arched. Yeah. With a razor, I'm kind of like that sub.
Or you want to try something new and get some clippers.
Yeah, because I just don't like threading. So just knowing those things help you really build your brand identity. But the base of it really is establishing your mission statement and your proposition statement. What are you bringing to the table? Yeah. And another thing is also making sure, looking and see what problem are you really solving. Mm-hmm. Because even before you kind of jump out there, make sure, because that's one thing, every business starts with an idea. Yep. Every business starts with an idea. And developing that idea, so there are steps. It's like they say, there's levels to this. Always. So there are steps to building the business, just from the ideas, but making sure that you actually have a viable business, that you have an idea that consumers will pay for. So taking the time to do the research in your area, your city, your state, depending on what service or product that you're going to offer. Mm-hmm. It's really key. And then once you really accept it, then you move into that whole developing the mission statement, developing your value statement, establishing what your brand will be. And because honestly, your brand is really how people really feel about you. So that's really what your brand is, and how are you going to excite people.
I always like to say your business is a mirror of who you are.
Yeah, totally.
Because, say, all right, someone's brand new. They got their brand. They got their logo. They're all excited. They got their DBA, LLC. They're ready to go. But say they're very shy. I used to be shy. I'm not shy no more.
You're not shy anymore?
I've been doing this podcast for a while, so
I know. I'm proud of you.
You're forced to talk. So
I'm so proud of you.
Like you said, there's levels to this. But say someone they're out there, they started their YouTube, they started their Instagram, Twitter, just like. I think a lot of business owners, I'll speak for myself, but a lot of times you freeze up.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, shoot, everybody going to judge me. They going to say, oh, you look crazy, or you shouldn't be doing this. What advice you have for those who just get out there and get started and start pushing?
It's really, so here's the thing. When you're coming out the gate, it's all about being persistent. And it's funny, I put up a post yesterday that there's a thin line between persistent and knowing when it's not the right time. And that's a challenge. Of knowing timing.
That's true.
But it's almost like you have to really look at it. You have to gauge it. Take time, pray about it, think about it, but don't necessarily give up. But just gauge it to where you're still persistent, still doing what you're doing, but know that if it doesn't happen, it just may really be about timing. So you may have to come back to the drawing board, take a little break, reassess, reevaluate your plan and your business. But you don't give up. You're still being persistent. You're still staying at it. You may just have to come back and tweak some things up until it's your time, until it's time to be put in a position for you to excel. So I think for any new entrepreneur out there, the one thing you have to be is persistent and consistent. Those kind of the same thing. But that is key. That's pretty much the number one thing is just be consistent. Like, if you're going to do it, do it.
And also finding what is working for your business model. Your business may not require you to do a video log every single day.
Right.
I know, because I'm talking from experience. It's only so many ways you can say, photo shoots and podcasts. Because it can get boring. That's why when you get people of influence like B Michele, it kind of gives you credibility. No, and you're right. So you got it. But here's the thing. That whole work for you thing only happens after you've tried 500 things. Because you gotta go through the 500 things first. Yeah, you can't just do one. You can't do one. So even when honestly, when I even first started, when I first moved here, I was like, I just knew that I had to meet some people. Yeah. So I had to just go out and I had to do it, and I just had to be out there and I had to introduce myself to people. And luckily, I'm a people person. Because I don't know how introverts and I don't know how they do it. It's a struggle. Unless honestly, and I tell people this all the time. There's no way you can be an entrepreneur and a business owner and be an introvert and not talk to people unless you have 20, 30, unless you got money backing you. Unless you got online business. Yeah. And good with keywords. And you can hire a marketing team and a marketing, to go out there and do it for you. But, if you're straight up starting from the bottom, now we're here. I love it. If you're building your brand and building your business from the ground up, you have to go out there, meet people, talk to people, and engage people, because especially in the city that we live in, it's all about, they want to know you. They want to know you. It's hard to get any good response. It's a call and response. So you put the word out, call to action. And if you don't do that first step, a lot of people are just going to look and say, who are you? Right. What is your business about? It's almost like you got to have somebody vouch for you, but at the same time, if you put the work in, it'll do itself. Honestly, if you really out here and you really seriously about, right now where social media is, you can't just post one time and then expect
your business to blow up.
10,000 people.
It was funny.
Yeah.
I was talking to a social media strategist that I met at a networking event on Tuesday, and we were just vibing off some of the same things. It's like she have clients that pay her and like, okay, when am I going to see an ROI? Well, you gotta let it go. You gotta let
you gotta put the kick in the oven.
Yeah, the campaign has to get going first. You're not just gonna blow up. Just because you paid $200 or $300 for a social media campaign.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like you gotta let it do what it do. Yeah. So it's like, I think sometimes people expect. I mean, this is a long road. This is like what's that? This is a marathon. This is not a sprint.
Everybody wants to do a 100-meter dash, and it's like business.
This is a marathon. Like, and I'm not even a long distance runner, but I don't see how they do it. But business and this journey is such a marathon, like, and so it's not gonna happen overnight. But you gotta put things in place and let them build and keep going. So just because you spent $200 on a social media campaign and nothing happened, like man, you may have to do it again.
We have to touch on that, man. We have to touch on that. Okay. Because this whole faddish thing, if I just put $400 in my Facebook ads and I go superstar, nah, buddy.
It don't work that way.
We have to have ingredients. It's something called fundamentals of the game. Yes. See, when you're paying advertising, I don't mean take the whole thing.
Go ahead. No, this is
I
good.
gotta get my slice of pie real quick.
Go ahead. No, this is totally good.
When you're pushing yourself online, media campaigns, you're pushing highlights. You're not like hoping that someone books you because you had nothing to show. Right. You have a highlight.
Right.
So tell us about the process a person can do to build their portfolio before they start getting advertising dollars. Because advertising dollars, if you're not ready for it, you shouldn't be doing it right now.
So here's the thing. Just like right now, being on this podcast, like there's a lot of I don't say free, but there are some free things that you can do to help build your base. Mm-hmm. But there's also, obviously speaking events. Anytime if you set up and you speak in places, that's building credibility for your business. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're knowledgeable, on your topic, you're building yourself up. You're building your brand, being on podcasts, really starting your own podcast or starting your own, platform to where people can come and engage with you. Yeah. Just even, at this rate right now, social media is even without paying for it, is still a great way to start building that platform for yourself and building a brand for yourself, especially now with Facebook Live. Yep. Like, I mean, honestly, it's right. You really can. I know Instagram has IGTV, so you really can't go wrong. There's YouTube. You can make the videos, upload them to YouTube, create a YouTube following. So there's so many different things you can do to really build out your brand and get people to engage with you with the notion of either booking you for service or for your talent or a product that you have. So you can totally build your business really just through regular avenues.
Regular routine.
Before you go out and pay for radio, before you go out and pay for TV. Because I'm going to tell you right now, when you pay for TV, you better be ready.
Man.
Because your phone, your website, like especially if you have something that people want.
It can't break. So I can't go down because only 200 people came up.
I'm telling you, when you get on TV, you better be ready because that's putting you on a whole nother platform. So you got to make sure that you have all those things in place, like your staffing's in place, your phone work.
I'm very random, but it's almost like playing Mario Brothers.
No, it's okay.
You can't skip levels.
You're right. You can't skip levels
unless you got that whistle or whatever.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
but in real life, you can't skip levels.
Yeah, you totally can't skip levels. So it's like until you really kind of have built that, built the basics together. So you can't just necessarily. I wouldn't recommend necessarily just you start a business today and then you go buy TV advertisement tomorrow.
Unless P. Diddy endorsing you, I would.
Right. Like unless you've been doing unless you got some background work, right? Because honestly, unless you've done the background work. Like, come on.
I'm going to drop metaphors this whole show.
Yeah, that's what's up. I like it.
It's almost like driving a car, you ain't put no gas in it, man. It's like, really? You really going to try to go to Detroit right now?
Right.
You ain't got no gas in the tank?
Man, but I ain't going to lie. I just really want at the end of the day, our brand and the B Michele brand is really just about helping cultivate good businesses and helping small business really understand the importance of building a solid brand and what it really takes. Because I had to learn. I fell through some holes, some puddles, and so just trying to help other people not necessarily stumble and go through some of those things. And now, even just 5 years ago, there's so many new things that have come up from when I started.
Yeah.
And so many other things that you can, do to help, build brand awareness. Because this is like one of the things, I feel like people should take advantage of, especially things that don't ever look at something that maybe because it only costs $10 or $15 or something as it not being valued. Because here's the thing. Every small business is all about budget. Everybody complains about their budget. Even Fortune 500 companies complain about their budget. But as a small business, your budget is really crucial. Is really tight most of the times.
Your budget may be smaller than somebody else's, but that's fine.
If you got an opportunity to really get your brand out there for $10, you should take it. Yeah. Don't look at it. Don't look at a situation and feel like, it's cheap. That's really an opportunity in disguise. That's a blessing in disguise that you can probably get your business on a platform and get it out there for $10 a month, for $20 a month. So you have people, you should really seek those opportunities where you can get more bang for your buck. Even with sponsoring different events where because we offer sponsorship, and it's $25 just to get your logo on the flyer. I feel like that's reasonable. That's brand awareness. Because here's the thing, people need to see you several times. Because the one thing that I do love is when I meet somebody and I give them my card and they say, "Oh, I've seen this logo somewhere before." You want that. That's the reaction, and then you want to look at their face and see their face when they say it. You're
not only creating an experience for people, for your brand, but it's a whole movement, grassroots movement.
It is.
And when you think of it at that level, it's you can't go nowhere in life until you have your fundamentals. Basics. So if you separate business to real life, real life mechanics, routines you got to do as an individual, wake up in the morning. Do some hygiene, eat some breakfast, exercise a little bit. We're not talking about 3,000 push-ups, but we can do 3 sets of 5.
I know, I went to the gym this morning.
You can do 5 push-ups 3 times, and that could be your routine, and then the next month you double it.
That's right.
Same thing with your business. That's a big stretch, but I'm just saying.
But no,
it's the same thing.
No, it's totally. There should be routine things that you do in your business. Even when it comes to let's say, for example, networking. So I picked 4 networking events that I'm going to go to, and I'm going to stick these 4 out for a little while. So every Tuesday, every Thursday, and every Wednesday, I know I blocked out this time, so I'm going to these places. And so you really should be that meticulous about your plan and about growing your business to where there are some things that you do in routine. So no matter whether it's getting up, putting up your social media posts. So every day at 6 o'clock, I'm going to get up, schedule these posts out. At 10 o'clock, I'm going to sit down and do some follow-ups, send out my emails. So develop, because I'm not going to lie, that is hard. Trust me. Hard. It's real in the field. I'm not even going to lie. It's hard for me.
It's hard, man. But it's practice makes perfect. So,
and you're right. So because even when I wake up, I try to. So I'm not gonna even be honest. So when I wake up, I do check my social media to see if there's anybody left me any messages. And try to respond to them or check the emails real quick, and then I will go and put up, schedule out my posts for the day. Hopefully, I can get them. If or not, I do them while I'm at the gym on the elliptical, because I need that 20 minutes to go by fast. So I'll get on the elliptical. Sometimes I'll schedule them out while I'm on there if I don't get them done before I leave. But those just small routines really do kind of help you, and it's almost like you gotta do the small things, that really matter first. Yeah. So that way, when the big stuff do come up,
the rewards will come later if you put in the work.
Yeah. And it's like anything, honestly. It's you gotta do the little things. and all of the tedious things to to get there.
Yeah, you can't get on the red carpet if you ain't practicing.
I know.
I mean, it's like,
I'm trying to practice.
Can you imagine how bad of an eyesore that would be if someone's on the red carpet and you just know, like, what? Are you a fan? Like, what are you doing here? Because a lot of people, they want to show up and be in the spotlight, but they haven't really put in the work.
I know, right?
It's like a big question mark.
So here's the thing. Owning your own business is really like going to work every day for somebody else. You're just doing it for yourself. That same way you... Look, I don't know, because some people go to work, they get there when they want to, they take a lunch... Don't have that same work ethic, but you get the point. It's work, because some people like, do you have a... It's not... I hate when people ask you to have a job. No, I don't have a... yeah, I have a job, but I'm a business owner. So I go to work every day. You should look at it the same way. Like, at the end of the day, so it's always funny when people or ask you when you're going to get a job. What do you mean? I'm working, man. What do you mean when I'm going to get a job? This stuff costs. Right. Ain't no donation here. But honestly, okay, so here's the thing. We're going to put this out here in the atmosphere for real. For all my non-entrepreneurs who do not even desire to own a business, y'all happy, y'all good, stop asking y'all friends that own businesses when they're going to get a job. Please. It's not nice. Please. It's almost like when your mother used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. It's one of those type of things. Yep. Like, this is your time to be encouraging. This is your time to be supportive. Stop asking your friends when they gonna go back to work. It's like, man. Because here's the thing. They have to go, if they quit their job to start a business, they got to see this thing through and know, and if it don't work, I'm pretty sure they probably can always go back to work. Yep, that's true. But stop asking your friends that's stepping out on faith, that want to live their dreams and living their best life when they going back to work, or why did they quit their job. Now, mind you, we talked about this last time about quitting your job. Didn't we talk about this? Yeah. Don't quit your job just off the cuff. Wait. Pray about it. Pray about it. And have a plan. See, that's the thing. Like, people, they have the wrong judgment of entrepreneurship. Right. And it's not about... I mean, you see posts. It's like jump off and just build your wings down. Nah. No. I'm gonna just put it straight. No. Not at all. Don't jump unless someone gave you about $5 million. Don't jump off and just build your wings all the way down. Because guess what? When you quit your job without your business being stable, you left a whole market of people. You left... you really could have tapped into your coworkers, your bosses, relationships. Yeah. So you really could, as you have your business on the side until it becomes something full time for you, and people get to know you. Yeah, that's the other crucial part. You're leaving advocates. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I work with so and so. Yeah, he does this now. You should book him. Because it's funny that my brother, he used to work for T-Mobile. And so now we talk about a lot of the people he used to work with, they started their own businesses as well, but they were doing it while they were there. And so he still has those connects with, some of the people that was on his team. So just imagine, and I think one of them he might have built a website for or done something with, but just imagine how, you just up and quit because you started a business. Yeah. And but you left a whole market of people, a whole support system that could have been rallied behind you, at least to help you get going. And that's the key, because if you don't have a support system, you just gonna have to find another system. Yeah. Because how many times have you had a system that's out of date and you just sitting there hoping it'll fire and go up and start running again? Nah, you need to switch it up. Right. So this is where, when you start building your brand, you definitely start surrounding yourself with people who are building a brand as well. So it's almost you have to change your circle, and not to say that you can't be friends with your friends from elementary, your friends from high school, or none of that. Business, though. But as your mindset changes, your circle is going to change. And then in that process, you have to start surrounding yourself with people that are in circles that you're in. Like-minded people. Honestly. You got to trim the fat. Yeah. Man, we're going to hit on this in the second half, but before we end this segment,
tell people how they can reach you and keep in touch with you.
So you guys can definitely follow me on Facebook, Coach B Michele. Like the page, B Michele Events. You can like the page. You can also subscribe to my page on isthecity.com. The B Michele, Coach B Michele, and the B Michele Professional Services is on there. So go isthecity.com and subscribe to the pages there. You can hit us up on Facebook as well.
And guys, we're about to go to a commercial break, but before we let you go, just know, I ain't trying to rhyme, but I had little bars right there. B Michele is coming back on the second half, and we're talking about some up-and-coming events. So we're going to dabble into this whole branding thing just a little bit more before we wrap it up. But guys, don't touch that iPhone or whatever smart device you're using, because we're on iHeartRadio, New School. We will be right back.
See you in a minute.
Welcome to Rockefeller's Barbershop. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will be blessed and be glad in Him. Today I want to introduce myself. My name is Rico Rodriguez at Rockefeller's Barbershop here in San Antonio, Texas, 1733 Babcock Road. My phone number is 210-782-5188. And again, we do walk-ins on Sundays. You are listening to I Am Refocused podcast on iHeartRadio. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Does your website need more traffic? Well, visit overflowcafe.com today. They make websites popular, and over 41,000 people use their service to gain more customers. They are winning our business. What about you? Visit overflowcafe.com today.
Hey, we are back. This is I Am Refocused podcast, and we are talking to B Michele, Miss Coach B Michele. And man, we have some more material for you entrepreneurs out there. Make sure you get a notebook and pencil and start writing these notes.
Yes.
Let's dabble more into this branding.
That 26 minutes went fast.
It does.
That 26.
That's the same thing with anything else that you're doing well. You keep going, it's going to go fast. Because imagine if you only said one word.
It's August already. It's
like you pulling.
Yeah.
I don't like pulling teeth. I'm not a dentist, man.
I know, right?
All right, jokes aside, though, we have social media platforms. Instagram, Twitter is hot still. Facebook is obviously hot. But YouTube, I think that gets ignored a little bit.
It does. So, in true fashion, I have to admit that. Okay, so I was supposed to have had my YouTube together. So, my brother, he's been on me, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it together because that's like the way now. Like that's where it all really happens. Mm-hmm. It's on YouTube, and even if you're just putting up videos and just. Oh, yeah. Consistency. So YouTube is about consistency. Mm-hmm. So the more you obviously put the videos up there and the more you do, the more followers that you get. So definitely, because I told him, I said, so with the huddle, we're pretty much going to start putting the huddle on YouTube because my schedule's like kind of crazy. So just to kind of make so many separate videos, it's kind of hard. So I figured we just do the huddle, then he can edit the huddle and then just put it on YouTube. But I recommend, honestly, just get a camera, because have you seen the Uber driver that has a YouTube? Okay, so
the one that got in trouble or the one?
No, there's an Uber driver who does videos and he puts them on. He has like 2 million followers on YouTube. Just recording his
Because there was the guy that was just live streaming without permission.
Oh,
can you imagine that getting a ride? Oh, this guy on TV.
I know, right? So this guy has like 2 million followers or something on YouTube, just live streaming his rides. So pretty much you can create content. So the name of the game is content. Is creating content. No matter what you do in your business and your profession, you can create content. But another really good tool to definitely build your brand is with online courses. Yep. And it's like it don't take a lot. Like most online courses cost like $8 to $10. So you can sell them for like $8 to $10. Maybe it's something really deep. And obviously, maybe you price it however it needs to be priced. Mm-hmm. But online courses are a great way to build your brand, and let people know that you know what you're talking about and becoming an expert in that arena. So that's one of the things that I'm definitely working on, creating some online courses, even just on a small realm first. Just kind of getting their feet wet in the branding world and business and setting up their business, that type of stuff. So working on creating some online courses, as well as even with like social media, as far as even with LinkedIn. Like LinkedIn, I think LinkedIn is more on that professional realm. Like if you're like corporate
Recruiting.
America, I don't know. That's how kind of I see LinkedIn. And by that, I do know several business owners and business that use. I use it. I am on there, and I try to post regularly. As much as possible, and getting the endorsements, but I do think YouTube is like the stepchild.
Yeah,
they kind of become the stepchild.
You have a little bit
social
more
media.
freedom to do something more creative. LinkedIn is more of a portfolio. Right. You're not going to say I'm eating cereal and put on LinkedIn.
I know. And then the other thing is, even with, like I said, with IG coming out with IGTV. That's been a good source as well. But I honestly feel like video is just the way to go, period. No matter what platform you use to post it on.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. Doing videos, and especially if it's a DIY type thing, if you got a skill set that you're showing, or you're just, encourage talking to people. And videos are an awesome way to really gain followers, build your brand, and let people know about you. Because I think I posted, we were on Great Day SA, so the event that I have coming up it's a collaboration with me and 3 other ladies, which we'll talk about when we get to the events. But I did a Facebook Live while we were at the Great Day SA studio, and that video got like 700 views. Yeah. Just a Facebook Live itself. So there's value in video.
And that's key right there.
Yeah. Making
content when you're on other platforms.
Yeah.
Because that's another part of credibility. Like, oh, man, she on the news?
Yeah, we're on Great Day SA on, I think, we're on Monday.
So, that right there, if you don't start now, I like to say you're going to watch somebody else do it.
Pretty much.
Either you're on the court, on the field, or you're watching somebody from the sidelines. That's it.
I will say this. So even in video, making sure that you have so look, my brother has taught me well. So even when you're making videos, make sure that your camera lens is clean, that your video is not blurry.
Brush your hair. Check your eyes.
But real talk, so all serious, I know, right? So all jokes aside, like honestly, because here's the thing, that's your brand still. So you want to create, you want to make sure that your content, your video is a good video so people can see you, hear you, that you have at least a decent, because everybody has a smartphone now, so if you kind of need to upgrade, if you want to get into this video world, you might want to upgrade your smartphone, because you don't necessarily have to go get a high-tech camera to do it, but you want to make sure you have good equipment, because if you putting videos out there and they're blurry, nobody can hear you, come on, because at that point then I'm thinking you don't care about your brand. That's what I'm thinking. You don't care about your brand if you don't take the time to at least get decent equipment to make the videos.
And it's all about learning from other platforms, because if you watch how other platforms are doing it, especially if they're going viral, look at the special ingredients that they're using. Is it the actual content of what you're doing? Is it educational? Is it entertainment?
And but honestly, even from the standpoint of how it looks, because a lot of the videos have an intro and outro, and I'm like, yes, I want one of those. So I'm like, I need my video to have an intro. I need to have a really nice outro. Because if it's kind of like the trend, and that's those are what pretty much doing your research and kind of see how this whole thing works. Of course, your first video is not going to be Academy Award winning. Nobody's saying that.
Never will be. It has to be practice,
Yeah, but totally take the time to make sure you have good equipment. Look, because now I'm looking at both of my screens, making sure that I clean my lens while I'm telling people.
What's that smudge?
I know. Well, I'm making sure to tell people to clean their lens with their video and make sure.
What's that smoke?
I know, right? But like those are small things that are super important when you are going live, when you're putting out video content. It needs to look good.
It's a checklist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It all boils down to what we were talking about in the first half of the show. Everything is a routine. It
is.
It's just like your personal life. You get up,
yep.
You do your business before you do business.
See, you do your business before. I like that. I'm going to have to put that on a T-shirt. You do your business before you do business.
Because that's how you can see the separation of great businesses and businesses who are great, but they're just not preparing themselves. In other words, they have potential, but you never see it because it never leaves. It's in the head, but it's never shown.
And especially for the people who are, I like to call solo entrepreneurs. So this is where it gets tricky, because when you are a solo entrepreneur, you don't have a business partner, and it's all on you, and that's the space that I'm in. It's like, okay, you're trying to figure it all out. And so this is where having a good support system, a good mentor, and people that you can kind of go to kind of help facilitate that as a solopreneur, when you don't have that business partner to kind of bounce those ideas off of, because you don't want to just be calling randoms, so you got
9 to 5,
right? Or if you feel like you don't want to talk about this idea that you have because you don't want anybody to take it and things of that nature. But as a solopreneur, that's why it's really important to make sure you have a good mentor and you have good people in your life and surrounding you in that business realm that can really help say, hey, maybe check this out. Hey, I saw this. Everybody needs a business bestie, basically. So I recommend everybody get a business bestie, and it's okay to have a couple of them.
That's a great segue into the huddle is coming back.
Yes, the huddle is coming back.
If you need a buddy system or a bestie system, that's a good movement right there, because accountability, if you don't have it,
right,
it's like wild grass, man.
Because I'm telling you right now, entrepreneur life can be overwhelming. It can so be overwhelming, and especially if you're coming from a 9 to 5 into this world, it can be seriously overwhelming. And so, like I said, with the huddle, we definitely talk about, from the very bait, we talk about so much stuff, but we definitely hit on like just regular small basic stuff as far as like business licenses, which one you should have, why you should have them, different business insurance, ways to help have good customer interactions, building good customer service, all the way to tips and tricks on how to build your brand. And one of the things about it is definitely I always talk to people about knowing the other people that's in your industry. Yeah. So trying to connect with people that's in your industry, because not everybody is, I done made it. Not everybody thinks that way. So there are people that's out there.
Sure that or on TV.
Oh yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Like
maybe
ESPN, that level, BET, that kind of level.
If you're able to build in relationships, but I do think. But here's the thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm being.
They got a Rolls Royce.
They got a Rolls Royce, but I do think that if you're in that come up stage and networking and building relationships with other people that's in that same phase as you to help because we're supposed to grow together, so hopefully you can find people that's doing what you're doing. And because here's the thing about it, about the main thing I always tell people about branding is really, even if you're in the industry that's oversaturated, figure out what you do well in this industry. Figure out the 1 or 2 things that you do well and highlight that and let that set you apart from the other barbers, from the other stylists, from the other financial planners. Just be you. Like, even in this realm of business and branding, now we are a full service business and branding company, and we offer, from A to Z services, and that's one thing I want to make our agency different. So that way, when you come to us, there's no reason to leave. So we got you covered from the event planning end to the printing graphics end to the coaching and consulting end. Now, there's a lot of things that we don't do, and I have no problem saying, go see my friends over here.
Yeah.
Because I've stayed in my lane.
Because it shows you that's resourceful.
Yeah.
Because if you're all like, nah, I got you, and it's sloppy.
Right.
Well, that's the only one you're going to get.
You can't tell people you're going to do stuff and you're going to deliver. Because that's the one way to mess your brand. I mean, that's one clear way to mess your brand up.
Talking about flat tires.
Right. So it's like, figure out what you do well in your industry or in your business and elevate that thing. Like what Sierra say, level up.
Yeah. If you focus on your strengths, capitalize on that, where you naturally are doing great in this area, then other fellow entrepreneurs, business, they can help.
Because there's nothing wrong with having multiple streams of income. It's just that first, get your first stream together first.
Say that one more time.
Get your first stream together first.
Thank you.
That's a lot of firsts. So there's totally nothing wrong with having multiple streams of income and being, dibbling a little bit here and a little bit of there. But get your first stream up and running so that way you can have the resources, to be over here.
And you don't run in circles.
Yeah, because I had to I'm telling you, I had to let a lot of those other, businesses, especially, a lot of stuff that I was into, I just had to let it go. Because people always be like, oh, B Michele, you know a lot of people. Yes, I do. I do know a lot of people, but they don't want, every time they see me coming, they don't want me trying to talk to them about something.
Yeah.
Or trying to introduce them to something.
Yeah.
People don't like that. And so it's like, if you just got to stick to one thing and let that be that. Most people know me from, obviously, the events and the comedy shows and things of that nature. And as obviously we transition into branding, so they know me in this capacity. So I can't really go up to somebody talking about some credit repair. Now, if you come to me as a client and we talk about your business and we're talking about funding and finances and you're having credit issues, I will be more than happy to refer you to a colleague. But that's totally different.
We need to have a class on that.
Yeah.
Get you a buddy that's not your niche.
Yeah.
That way you can point.
So I have a team. I totally have a team of people that work in other realms. So I have a financial person on my team. So if you need funding for your business, I got you covered. I have credit people on my team. So if you're having credit issues and you need this, hey, I got you covered.
You ain't the plumber today.
But it's not me personally.
Exactly.
I've built this team and I've built these relationships with people
where they trust.
Yeah.
It's relationships.
So if you do come to me and you got some issue with your business that I don't do, trust and believe I'm going to help you and we're going to make it happen so that we can get back on track. And that's really what it's all about. And being a full service business, like it comes with so many things. So I tell people all the time, just like whatever your industry is, just find your place in that, especially in your city, however you're doing it, find your niche in that industry and just ride it till the wheels fall off, as
I told you I'm gonna be crazy with these metaphors today.
Well, so you got another one?
I just had one pop in my head, man. So it's like this, all right. If you're on the airplane, you know how everything looks nice and up close while you look out the window. But as soon as you take off and you look out and everything looks different, it's the same thing with business. As it grows and gets bigger and bigger, it's gonna look totally different when you're up there.
Oh, it is.
But if you stay on level one, because you're so scared to grow,
right?
Guess what? Everything's gonna look the same. You're never gonna see the view from the top.
And I will say honestly, that's, I guess, even in the realm of planning, because you gotta plan to be at the top. Like I'm gonna tell you how my business changed drastically. Like, when we first started as an event planning company, I was like, okay, I'm going to open up offices. Our plan was to have offices in Dallas and Houston or just another major city. And when the branding thing came about, it was like, wow, like I didn't even see it coming because this was not in the plan. It was just building an event planning company and building a great one. And so now it's like, I can still, but the joy and the beauty of it is that because of what I do, I can do it anywhere in the country.
Yeah, fundamentals.
So we went from more so just thinking about a couple cities having an office, but now like with the level of what I do, you can do anywhere. I can do anywhere, like, period. And so I think sometimes you have to, there's nothing wrong with making a plan, but you also have to be ready if it gets altered. to be able to take you there.
Yep.
Because now I think in this space and being a branding company is what's going to let me be on the plane, look out the window.
I mean, there's always, maintenance, man.
Oh.
How you going to get on a plane and there's no maintenance? Like, can you imagine that?
I can't.
Hey,
So stop it.
just make an announcement, guys. We haven't done maintenance in over 2 years, but we'll make it.
Yeah, so you got to, and
Preparation.
And maintenance is every day.
Yep.
Like, you have to, it's almost like, honestly, you should be doing something in your business every day to grow it. Something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even when I go to, like, I just at a networking event yesterday. So I met a couple people, and now I need to go do some follow-up, send them an email. That's maintenance. So I need to go, email the people that I met yesterday, tell them that, it was nice meeting them. Hey, let's set up a one-on-one. Let me now help build my network. Mm-hmm. So building your network is daily maintenance to your business, because you never know who you're going to meet. Because this is the thing about networking, and as you just meet people in general, you don't know who they know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when you meet somebody and you build a great relationship, you now get access to everybody.
They people. They bring them to you.
You don't know who they people
exactly
are.
Because they people got they people that got they people.
They got they people. Right. And so that's why I tell people all the time, it's like, I love my network, and I love the people that I have built relationships
and your
with.
network loves you.
Yeah.
Because, like I said,
they love me back. Hence, I'll be on this podcast 3 times.
Your reflection, yeah. She found me right now. See, it's all about, like we said in the first half, it's a reflection of you, your brand, your business, is who you are. So if you don't even like yourself, well, it's going to be hard networking.
No, totally.
You can't judge yourself on every move you make. Like, I shouldn't talk to that person.
Right. Because I'm going to tell you, right, even at the networking event on Tuesday, so it was a different little vibe. And so, I was just like, okay, it looked a little cliquish. So I said, let me just go. I'm a people person. So I just went up and introduced myself to a couple ladies that was standing there. Well, me and one of the ladies really... got into a long... we talked for a good little while. And so she invited me to a group that she's a part of Women in Digital group. And so, that's a whole nother group of women that I would have never met had I not just walked up and said hi. And so she does social media. She's a social media strategist, which is somebody that I could utilize. You
gotta look at people as doors.
Yeah.
Because they can be an open door to another space that you would never have access to.
And honestly, so I'm, I definitely plan on, checking out the group, going to their meeting. I would have never.
And exposure. That's a part of it too, because I'm sure this new space, they're going to teach you some things that this old space may not. Because it's also growing as a business. See, everybody thinks growing is all about money.
Right. Nope. It's way past that.
It's a little bit more about long-term relationships, because you can meet someone that can be a new relationship that can be a long-term client.
I know, right?
I love long-term clients.
If you think about it, we've had a long-term relationship, because I met you guys when I first got here, and it's 5 years later, and who'd have thought all of this? So
I was a cameraman.
Yeah. You was a good cameraman, though, so don't say you was just you were the cameraman at the church house. But no, who'd have thought, just from the event that I put together, and then us, knowing each other, this is really 5 years later. You guys have done so much, and honestly, and we, obviously through social media, definitely stayed in touch. And as my business has, changed and grew and transcended to where we now are an ability, to kind of come back together, on a whole nother level.
And that's where the value is. I mean, cut you off, but that's where the value is, because if you downplay the opportunity to grow with somebody else, especially a business.
Right.
Hello.
Because y'all got listeners all over the world. So I sure appreciate my business.
13 countries.
13 countries.
every week. All right, I'm done.
Hey, no, but you know what? That you did that, because here's the thing. Sometimes you got to pop your collar. Sometimes it's okay.
It's okay, man.
To pop your own collar sometimes, because if you don't celebrate those small victories, like, it's all in how you do it.
King James is King James for a reason, right? I'm just saying.
So it's all in how.
The Warriors are great because
the Warriors are great.
They're great.
They're great.
You know, it's a mindset and who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
So quick shout out to Rico Rodriguez, man. Refocused Barbershop. I mean, people like that. We met him. My mom, you know, aka my mom. She's the co-founder, everything. Disclaimer, Miss Deborah. I gotta say Deborah. But basically, if you don't nurture that whole circle of influence, it's a reflection of you. Every
relationship, no matter what it is, personal, business, all of it needs to be cultivated. You have to cultivate relationships in order for. And although even in this situation, although we may not necessarily engage on a regular basis, but we kind of got to understand it. You know, if I need something, hey, I can hit you up, or I can hit up your mom, Miss Deborah. I gotta be respectful.
It's radio now. It's Miss Deborah.
But we have that. We've already kind of laid that groundwork. So, you know, if you guys, like, she'll inbox me and say, hey, X, Y, and Z, or hey, I need somebody, or somebody need this. And I'll hit her back and be like, hey, here's the info. But that's what building a relationship. And when you have a relationship with people, they'll do anything for you.
Business is business is like your best friend.
Yeah.
Let's break it down in this 1 minute we have left, because I'm gonna make this a little bit stretch out to 5 minutes.
Okay.
But let's break this down, and we're about to land this plane for y'all. So when we first took off in this show in the first half, we talked about brand identity. Let's fast forward now, because we're bringing it right home to what business is all about. Okay? We're all on the come up. Everyone in this room, the barbershop, we on the come up. But we all going to get to the top. Why? Because we understand what business is. It's about relationships. Can I get an amen, y'all?
And communication.
Yes. Relationships. All right, for example, if you have a best friend, I hope you do, because we all have one. At least one, right?
Got one.
What's that one thing that always happens? Y'all talk.
Yeah, we talk.
Communicate.
You don't have a best friend if y'all don't talk, man.
That's right.
I mean, come on. Same thing with business. You got to talk to potential customers or potential affiliates, because it's a relationship. At the end of the day, it's that connection. If they don't buy your stuff, it's probably because they didn't have a good connection.
Yep.
That Wi-Fi wasn't strong enough.
That 1G? Well, no, I got one for you. They were still on that AOL dial-up.
You got mail.
Juno.com.
All right. So I hope y'all get our metaphors, because it's all fun and games.
But no, relationships are so key. And I feel like even though I see Rico once a month, but like if I'm in the area, like sometimes I'm hardly over here, but I know like if something happened, if I was in the area, I can stop in. Hey Rico, I need to use your Wi-Fi.
Emergency email.
Right. We had that relationship. I need to camp out over here for a minute to my next appointment. Look, I don't want to drive all the way back.
You're not bringing your suitcase though.
No, just my laptop. But you know, I know I can come.
She set up her whole office.
I know I can come camp out over there in the chairs over there and be all good. Right. And he gonna feed me.
Just take some business cards. Take some. See, all right. See, this is awesome. We're gonna have to bring you back again, because this is very, very, very important. Because when business helps you out, you gotta show love back.
Oh, for sure.
You can't leave people hanging out there.
No, that is so rude.
Can't count me too many times.
That is so rude.
You know.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you how happy. Let me tell y'all how happy I was to be on the podcast, and I thought I was supposed to be on it last Thursday.
Yeah.
So
you did. Tell them.
I'm telling you. So y'all, I have so much going on. It's ridiculous. That's why I said I gotta focus. So I thought I was supposed to be on last Thursday. I done posted it all over all my social medias last week.
Yeah.
I done tagged everybody.
She's trying to do the pregame show.
They were talking about that's next week. I was like, but the thing about it is, I was like, thank you, Jesus, because something was happening, and I kind of was like, okay, good, now I can go over here and do this. But I was coming regardless. But I mean, that's like when people give you an opportunity, you have to be thankful and you have to show love and just, shout them out a simple thank you. it's all it really takes, honestly. When people put you in a position to be seen, to come on their platform, and they didn't have to. Like, you guys don't have to invite me on here,
It's a routine because, like we said, it all circles back to the beginning of the show, the first half. It's all maintenance, it's all routine, because if you don't practice it, well, you're never going to be open-minded to, like you said, if someone gives you a platform, you're not going to be grateful. You're going to be so uptight about you that you're missing all these handshakes and all these connections.
No, I mean, you really are. And that's the thing about it. It's like you have to look at it like this and put yourself in a position to win. So
say that one more time. You
have to put yourself in a position to win. And sometimes that means doing the tedious things, doing the small things to be in a position to win. It's just like I was saying about the event we had coming up, like Great Day SA actually contacted my partner. We didn't reach out to them. They contacted us to come be on the show.
Man, y'all hear that?
So, like, I mean, when people start calling you, because, I mean, trust me, in the beginning, you got to do the calling.
Right.
So it's real in the field.
It's real in the field. It's like a T-shirt.
It's real in the field.
You better work on your speaking voice.
I know, right? You have to do the calling in the beginning. I mean, I don't know how many times I done knocked on doors or, like, went around
to people.
Right. Hey, because even like when I was putting up them posters and flyers, hey, can I put up, and I would ask people. I didn't walk up in their barbershop and just put it up. I would literally go I would go in and say, hey, it was the owner there. I asked if the owner of the shop was there. I actually go and shake their hand and say, hey, I'm so-and-so, got this show coming up or this, that, and other. Can I put up a poster? I never just assumed, because I didn't know, I mean, especially since I was new, I needed to make them introductions. And then they got used to me after a while. So when I walked through the door, they knew what I was coming to do. They knew I was coming to put up a poster and put some flyers out for a show. But when in that first initial, I made sure that I introduced myself and tried to meet the owner and ask if it was okay if I put it up, because you never want to disrespect a person's home,
because you don't want them to do it to you.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Right. And even now, some places, even though I can do it, I still ask, hey, is it okay if I leave these here? Because I want them to verbally say yes or no. And I've been building these relationships up, but at the end of the day, they're key, and but you don't want to abuse your relationships that you built either.
Man, we're going to have to bring you back because the clock winding out. But we got to bring you back because I want to dive into win-win business relationships.
Yes.
Because we need to talk that, preach that in San Antonio.
Yes, we do.
Because there are such things as a win-win situation.
There are. People.
And don't require money, too. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, and this is going to turn into another 10 minutes, but a lot of times, the business A and business B, they may not be a great fit for each other.
Right.
But the thing is, it's about relationships. You can still make it work. Because what they do, you can't do. And what you do, they can't.
But you also, so we'll have to talk about this next time as well, is that you have to protect your relationships. And just where you protect your brand, you still have to protect your relationships, because everybody doesn't deserve access to what you built.
Oh, yeah. Y'all need to be on eye.
So before you open up your whole network to somebody, you need to make sure that, they can do whatever it is that needs to be done, or they have, the character.
I was about to say equally yoked.
You're right. But you're right. Equally yoked is another way to put it. So because before you open up, because here's the thing, when you open up your network to people and relationships that you built, and the situation goes bad, you stuck in the middle.
Secure the bag, GJ Khaled. You gotta secure the bag.
So I'm saying you have to protect your brand, just like you have to protect your network and your relationships, because you can't send somebody and they're like, why you send them over here? Because then you looking bad.
They 4 hours late and the show over in 15 minutes.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. So then you looking bad. So you have to protect your brand at all costs, and you have to protect your relationships and your network that you worked hard to build. So just because I know a lot of people, I don't give access to my whole. I wouldn't send y'all nobody that I don't think was ready.
Oh yeah, you protect. You look. See, you know that good looking out phrase. You gotta do that.
Yeah, you gotta look out.
Because man.
So it's all about
levels.
There's levels to this brand building thing.
And on that note,
since
there's levels, those levels do gotta take a break. So We're going to have to wrap this show up, man, but I hope y'all have
hour
fun.
is up already. Okay, so real quick, let me tell you about a couple events we have coming up. Okay, how much time we have?
We got much time for that.
Okay.
Let's go.
So this Sunday at Breathe Lounge, we have the ladies of Lashed Up Hair Down, which is myself, Trisha Mitchell, Alicia Franklin, and Gentry. I just always call her Gentry. But so we, all four of us own a business. Alicia's a hairstylist, Trisha's a makeup artist, Gentry does eyelashes, and I do brand events. So we have this event called It's a Hair Makeup and Beard Extravaganza. That's this coming Sunday at Breathe Lounge. You can get your tickets at isacity.com. Click on the Lashed Up Hair Down event and get your tickets for that. Mix, mingle, complimentary mimosas, food. We're going to be doing some workshops, quick tips and tricks on the latest trends in hair, beards, and makeup. So that's coming this Sunday, and then the Connections Mixer will be back. It's every second Thursday of the month. We got a new venue, so make sure you follow me on social media to get the info about the Connections Networking Mixer. So hit me up on B Michele on the friend page, or B Michele Events on Facebook, or Is the City. Subscribe to the page. So Connections coming up, and I think that's it. Those are like the main two events. What I'm working on is Entrepreneur Challenge. So we have to come. Yes, I can't wait to come back. So I got to tell you about
you coming back.
I got to tell you about the Entrepreneur Challenge. So we didn't get a chance to talk about it this go round, but it's almost done. So I'm gonna start promoting it in August. But we'll be in full swing. But whenever I come back, we can still talk about it though. So it's something new I want to try out.
Okay. Well, you know what? That sounds like a time cue. I've been stressing this out for 20 minutes now. I'm just playing. It's all up.
Our hour is up.
It's crazy, man. Time flies by when you're having fun.
It does.
That's the saying. But man, before we wrap up the show, I want to give a big, huge shout out to Rico Rodriguez, Rockefeller's Barbershop, holding it down. If you need a haircut, come here to Rockefeller's Barbershop. Man, all the details is right below.
Rico up in here with that good beard. He got his beard looking all nice. He like Rico Suave up in here today. Y'all come on through.
Rico Suave.
Hey, but yeah, that's what we have for y'all. And guess what, man? B Michele, Coach B Michele is coming back. We're gonna have you back like on the regular, man. That's what we're gonna do. If we have an opening, which I know we will, we're gonna have you back probably like once a month. What do you think? You down for that?
Let me know. Put it on the calendar.
If you're down for that, we're gonna work that out for y'all, because this entrepreneur thing is gonna be good. Was it Entrepreneurship Challenge?
Yeah, it's called Are You Ready to Be an Entrepreneur?
Okay. So next time we have her, we're going to do that, guys. So just like we always say, every single week, keep God first, stay focused, and peace.
Bye.